Hello good people, it's me Kumeti Lakwasitile, your money manager. This video is dedicated to all beginners, everyone who is looking to buy land, who is looking to acquire their first property, more especially their residential property, and they're struggling to find land, either to find it or to finance it, and they just feeling like, you know what, giving up, and they're feeling despondent. I say, hey, don't despair. Let's explore options. Let's think outside the box and see what we can do, because we all need to understand that shelter is a basic need of life. Therefore, we cannot run away from it. We just need to look at different options that are available. We need to think outside the box, think creatively, and think of what we can do as a collective to solve this problem that many of us are facing. Maybe let's start by first understanding land in Botswana. What type of land can be financed and cannot be financed by commercial banks, because we are acknowledging that our number one problem is land. Yes, the number two problem over and above land is even if we find land, we struggle to finance it, or we cannot obtain financing for land. Let's try to understand that. We're going to look at basically three categories of land in Botswana. It's freehold land, it's state land, it's tribal land. Let's look at these two categories, freehold land and tribal land. Freehold land is land with unlimited ownership, and because of its unlimited ownership, financiers are willing to accept this type of land as collateral for mortgages. This is why most banks can finance freehold land. But how much of freehold land do we have? It's also very limited. It's only a few square kilometers of freehold land that is available in Botswana. This is why you realize that when we have freehold land that is available for sale, it's sold at very high rates because the land is limited and there's so much demand for this land. The other category of land is tribal land. Tribal land, this is land administered by land boards. This land is issued as a grant under customary law. It can be converted into a common law lease of 99 years for residential ownership. And because of this 99 years, which is a limited number of years you can own it, most banks actually, most of them, if not all of them, do not accept tribal land as collateral for mortgages. This is the number one reason why they do not finance tribal land. And this is the problem that most of us are facing. So because you don't own this land, technically you don't own this land. What you own is the development on the land if you've developed it. So if ever you're getting a mortgage, the bank is financing the development on that particular piece of land, and they're taking those developments as collateral for the mortgage that they've issued to you. So land on its own, undeveloped land, they cannot accept it as collateral. This is the issue that we're facing, and we must accept that land is very expensive here in Botswana, more especially in Gaborone and surrounding villages. Most of us really, we want to be in the cities because that's where employment opportunities are, and as we get employed, we dream of seeing ourselves as homeowners, but that dream is shattered by this expensive land or expensive developments thereafter, because that is what we're facing. So today I want to share with you this land buying strategy that I feel we can explore so we can be all homeowners. The strategy is called land buying partnerships. Let's explore land buying partnerships. What do I mean by land buying partnerships? Let me explain it with a very simple scenario. Right, we've got two friends. They all have the same problem. I want land, I want to be a homeowner. I cannot afford to buy developed land because houses are selling at ridiculous prices. However, I want land so that I can build something for myself. Either I build gradually or I can take maybe a loan to build. So my other friend, on the other hand, is also facing a similar predicament. She is also looking for land and she cannot find land, or she cannot afford it because it's so expensive. So with the land buying partnership, what we are saying is these two friends, they can come together. They can combine their resources together and buy one piece of land. once they bought the plot, what they now have to do is they can subdivide the plot. Each is going to own a portion of the plot, and they can now develop. This is such a simple strategy of pulling resources together. You are not owning the land together. You are buying with the intention of subdividing so that we can each own a portion of this land. Let me share something with you. My first property, I did not buy big land. I bought a subdivision because I acknowledged that it was very expensive for me to buy raw land and to develop. Therefore, I was lucky I found a subdivision, and for me also I was even more luckier because in this subdivision there was a small structure that was built, and I only had to spend 350 to buy this land and the development on the land. But the plot was 569 square meters, a subdivision from 1,000 square meters. So you don't have to own it alone. The problem that we have is you want to go at it alone. You want to do it alone. You're not acknowledging that we have similar problems. Therefore, we can find a solution together to our problems. And that solution is land buying partnerships. I'm currently exploring this option, but for me, I am exploring it for rental properties. I'm going to be buying land, and for me, I am targeting developing areas. I'm targeting plot size of 1,000 square meters and above. With 1,000 square meters and above, I found someone that I can buy with. I remain with 500 square meters. They take another 500 square meters. I can put 2 bachelor pairs in that. They can put whatever they want to put in their plot. We're both happy. We both have something, and we ended there. We're not in a partnership, in a business partnership, but we entered into a temporary partnership just for buying land. I said this is the same thing that you can do. Look at Tlokwe. How much is an 800 square meters plot going at? Over 300,000, 250,000 and above. And for you to go and take a personal loan of 250,000 to buy land, it's really very expensive because personal loans are also very expensive. And remember, with land, when you buy it, it's not going to give you any income. Then you'll be left with what? A cash flow problem, because you're going to be paying, servicing this loan on a monthly basis. On the other hand, you're not receiving any income, and you're still paying maybe rental because you still have to find a place to live. So I am saying, rather than going and buying this 800 square meters plot alone, find somebody that you can buy it with. And then out of that 800 square meters, you can get 400 square meters. You get 400, they get 400, you contributed max 150, they contributed max 150. That's 300,000 that you have raised. You go and buy this land. After buying this land, you go through the subdivision process. After the subdivision process, you can now think of developments. Thinking of developments, you now individually think of how you can develop your parcel of land. I don't know, it's worth exploring. I just felt like, you know what, let me share this. This is a strategy that all beginners can explore, and we can all get somewhere. This is all that I wanted to share with you today. Hope you would find this video insightful. Please don't forget to leave a comment and a like for me. Thank you very much for watching and for your time. I will see you in another video.